Relationship time. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have the fabulous Mylira Green LCSWCCTP to the 2 with a CS and a tip on the end. Get your hands together for Miss Mylira Green. Woo! Yeah,
Hi.
girl. Welcome
How
to the
y'all
show.
doing?
Hi, Mylira.
Hey
Ooh,
y'all.
come on, girl. Talk to me. How you been? You look beautiful,
Thank
radiant.
you. Thank you. Believe it or not, I'm in rest mode. Just like he said he was half dressed. Believe it or not, this is a onesie, y'all, because Malabra is cold this morning.
I love it.
Yes, yes.
Mylira, can I just ask you one question? I know you got a topic for us, right?
What's up, boo?
Okay, is this? I just got to know this. I'm thinking about getting back with my ex. I want him back. I don't care what people think. I don't care what y'all think. But with me trying to get myself together, I did play a part in the situation. I was wrong. I was wrong. I'm admitting it. So if I want to make things right on my end, do you
Mhm.
think I should go back? What you think? A little bit, just a little bit. I think you know how I'm going up. I may not should, but just a little bit. I do want to because I'm familiar with it. I'm comfortable with it.
Okay, so this is what I tell people in that situation is you always want to make a pros and cons list of both decisions. So you want to make a pros and cons list of moving on without that person, and then a pros and cons list of actually going back to that person. Because sometimes when we leave a relationship, it's not because it's actually over, but we leave it because of something that it rubs us the wrong way. So I never tell people
Mm.
don't go back unless your safety is at risk. So like if he wasn't beating you down or there was a safety concern, then hey, you do you, boo, you an adult. So I would say go back and look at what is the pros and cons and really be real with yourself. Like, did I leave because of a reason? Like I see this person says, he's an ex for a reason, run. But sometimes we make
Mhm.
exes because we ain't dealt with our stuff yet. So we want to be honest.
Oh, wait, you said that too fast. Wait, you said that too fast. Sometimes we end up by ourselves because of what?
Because we haven't dealt with our own mess yet. So,
Hmm.
I don't want to be that person that we have all these cliches and things in our brains because we tell people, well, once you leave, then don't go back. But sometimes we leave prematurely because of our own insecurities, because of our own faults. So sit with, why did I leave? If you left because it wasn't working, then it ain't going to work just because you go back. But if you left because I
Mm.
wasn't ready, or you left because they kind of reminded me of something else, or then you want to sit with that and do your pros and cons list, and they'll give you an answer of whether you want to go back or not.
Thank you, Mylira. I appreciate you.
Well, my question was, well, I want you to just talk for a moment about surviving the breakup. A lot of people, man, they've been in these relationships, they've been there for a long time. Now it's all over. Some people stuck now that they're out of that relationship. They don't know what to do. What's the next move? How do you really survive the breakup?
So survival looks a lot like grief. So when people talk about grief and
Mm.
loss, they just talk about an actual physical death of a
Mm.
person. But
Mhm.
anytime you have something that existed that no longer does, you're going to go through the same phases of grief as someone when someone is physically not there anymore. So we have to know
Mhm.
what those stages of grief are. I'm really big with Kubler Ross and her theory. She's the one that actually coined the grief and loss process. There's been more since
Mhm.
then. But she says that we go through a period of denial, a period of anger, a space of bargaining, then we go into depression and then acceptance. Although she put it as more stages, the research now shows that it's not necessarily stages, but we find ourselves in these phases that happens. So what does denial look like? Denial may look like, oh, I'm all right without them. I ain't gotta worry about them. I laugh a little bit because I remember when me and my very first boyfriend broke up back in high school. This is when MySpace days was. There was this thing that there was a song by Lil Wayne that came out called "Single Again." So when he
Mhm.
broke up with me, I just put that song on my Facebook page and was like, "Well, I'm at my MySpace page was like, well, I'm single again. I ain't worried about it." That was denial. I didn't even think about how it impacted me. I didn't even think about how I
Wow.
felt. I didn't think about any of that.
Mhm.
And then you go to a phase of being angry, like angry. Well, why did you leave me? Why didn't we work out? And then it's like, then that's when you find, and you go and you talk to your girlfriends. Well, they want nothing anyway. They didn't do anything anyway. This was the now I'm telling myself all the reasons why I need to be angry. Or they left me with these kids. They left me with these bills. They left me with this. I'm angry because now I realize you're gone, and you were a part of a piece of my life that now is not there anymore because you're not there. So now I'm angry. Then you go into bargaining. Well, because especially if there's kids involved. Well, if we could just get together for the kid's birthday, then I can at least have a little teeny piece of it, but we ain't got to be together. Now I'm trying to make these different things or options happen because I want to still keep you in my space, but not want to keep you in my space. So then you go into I'm bargaining with how I feel, and then you go into depression. And normally depression don't just mean sad. Depression can just be that I'm in a space where I realize that we are over. And that's when the survival mode really kick in, because now I'm realizing that my life is different, that this person did come, whether it was a good or a bad relationship, you offered something into my life. And now that you're not here, my life is different. So whenever I'm transitioning or whatever a change is happening, I have to adjust to that change. And that's where that depression comes in at, not because I'm actually sad, but I'm depressed because my life don't look the same without you. I can't even go into my favorite grocery store because you used to go to the grocery store with me. I can't even go to my church because you used to go to my church with me. Like, I have to be honest. And then eventually I get to accept this, where it's like, we don't need to do this anymore. And it goes back to kind of Strayer's question. When I'm in that depression, I need to see what is the lesson I need to learn from that relationship. Because sometimes that relationship wasn't for a permanency. It was to teach you a lesson. It was to prepare you for what was next. It was to prepare you for what's going on. So that's how we survive, by understanding that you're going to go through those stages of grief. But it's okay to not be okay. But what's not okay is staying in that space of not being okay. That's when I don't move on. That's when somebody comes to me, now I am going to be that girl that's going to roll my neck, snap my fingers, because I'm going to penalize you for what he did, because I never dealt with my stuff. So surviving the breakup looks like giving your time to go through the breakup process. Grieve. Understand that you're not just going to bounce back. Understand that you do have rebound relationships. Understand that, okay, we all need to have some adult enjoyment and play, but I want to make sure that I'm not overindulging because I'm trying to fulfill or feel this void that I have. So it's really just about surviving in the way of acknowledging that there's been a change, acknowledging that things are different, and it's okay to take your time to get to the other side. Whether you go back, you keep moving forward, you go on, whatever you decide to do, but it got to start with you first, and allowing for yourself to emote the human emotions of sadness, of anger, of frustration. Anger is not bad, it's what you do with it. So don't go bust the windows out his car. Don't go slash her tires. Don't go inbox a new person they talk to. Like, that's not surviving.
That's struggling. That's panicking.
Yes.
I did that before. So, and that's little girl childish ghetto behavior. And I used to be her because I did all of that. But go ahead.
Well, don't do that with this guy now.
No. I'm a new and improved. New and improved. I don't do that no more. But when I was younger, I did all of that. When I was younger, all of that. I didn't done it. So,
but you learned from it. What the note that stayed with me really was, do not stay in the space. It's not okay. If you know the space ain't okay, you can't stay there. It is what it is. But you got to move out of that. You got to move to more a positive reinforcement for yourself. You got to remember who you are and get back to loving the you that is you. And once you really love you, you don't really have to love anything outside yourself. Once you love you, you will automatically love everything outside yourself because of the different connection. You know, so I really like that. Really hit it home.
Me too.
Said, just don't stay in that space. It's not okay.
And here's the piece. There's a lot of people that are outside of divorce, and I'm gonna be cautious with how I kind of put this space, because I don't want anybody to feel like I'm attacking them. But there are people who have been broken up for 5+ years that's still waiting for that person to come back.
He ain't coming.
They're waiting for that person to come back. They can't move on. And it's like now they're putting that energy out to everybody else. And it's like they don't see that they're becoming the cancer in the space. It's like you don't wait for somebody to come back who already told you, I don't want to be in this space. No matter if you think they're the one, they can only be the one if they feel like they're your one too. So when we're talking about moving on, you can't survive when you are the cancer in your own life. I hear so many people that's like, yo, you know, they broke up with me. They, you know, they allowing for everybody else to be in their space. They dating other people, but why they won't give me no chance? I'm different. I've changed. But when you're always talking about how much you changed, and 9 times out of 10, you haven't changed. The only way that you really show that you change is by moving forward and on. And if God has chose that person to be your one, he's going to bring them back. But no amount of you talking about them, no amount of you trying to get them back is going to bring them back into your space. So when do we know that we're not surviving is when we stuck. Is when we
damn you good, Mylira.
Same person over and over and over and over again. And then when you find people don't want to be around you, like ask yourself, how many people don't talk to me no more? And it's because you may say, well, I'm never going to talk about this person no more. But every time you talk to people, you got that person name in your mouth. Every time you looking at social media, at their page, all because I just want them back. God told me they're going to be my one. Well, obviously y'all ain't serving the same God because God ain't telling them that. So we have to be mindful of when we stay stuck, because what's happening is messing up the other relationships that we have in our lives, especially when, like I said, when children are involved. When you have, especially adult children, your adult children don't want to be in your stuckness with you. Sometimes it's moving forward. So you don't want to be that own cancer. Yes, you can't survive if you're the cancer in your own life. Absolutely.
That is really powerful, though. It really, I mean, Mylira, damn, that's why they pay you the big bucks. I mean, no, seriously, I mean, but it just seemed like when people come onto the show and I just ask real questions because I really, I get help. You know what I'm saying? I'm like a patient, like a client. So I mean, some of the things that you're saying is so it's so keen because some of the things I have to tap into and get for myself. With me already working on myself, but some of the other things that you saying, it's like I needed to hear that. Damn, girl. You're good,
fantastic,
girl.
baby. Yeah, you really nailed both of these topics we talked about. You nailed them. I mean, you really hit them in such a way we get some clarity. So I am loving that so much and always loving you. Tell people how they can find you, Mylira.
Yeah, so you can find me at Mylira Transforms on Instagram. I am Mylira Green on Facebook. I normally give my number, so the 757-609-0694. You can text or call that, and I will provide you as much support. And again, this week is the John Carlos for Humanities Week here at Hampton University. Last night was our panel, and it was a dynamic discussion with Dr. John Carlos himself.
Whoa!
What y'all talking about?
Yeah, there's a storm in the Hampton Roads area, so y'all be safe out there. But we are still planning on doing our award show tonight as well. With the comedian Cletus Cassidy. So that's really exciting for us to get some laughter going. And then tomorrow we're playing that by ear because of the storm, but we are doing everything indoors. So we might still do the run, walk, and all those things. So you can find me live there if you're in the Hampton Roads area and you just want to put a real face with a real person. I'm not a robot. I really
nice. Well, I'm praying for you, and I'm praying that the weather turns out to be excellent. When it's time for the show to start, everything just clears over. God does that a lot for us. If we call for it, and it'll be horrible weather, and then God will just clear it up. You'll be like, how did that happen? So I'm putting prayer on that. We're all going to pray up that you have a wonderful event, and you and your whole show is just outstanding. We appreciate you. Leave me with a woo, woo, woo.
Sorry. Woo, woo, woo.
Give it up. Mylira.
I just was so excited, Mylira.
I got to stand up for that. That was amazing today.
It really was.
Mylira. We'll see you soon. Good luck on your event tonight. I hope it goes spectacular.
Me too. You so much. Take care.
Love you. See you. That was Mylira. Woo. Mylira don't play, dude. That's why she got all them letters.
Michael, thank you. I just call your client. I gotta tell y'all. Even though I'm a client, thank you, Michael, because I wouldn't be able to get these services. I mean, all the type of services. For real, I get all the services. Mylira, Dr. Sabrina,
Yes.
Susie Landolfi,
Yes.
Keisha LaGreen. Baby, I'm talking
Come
about, I'm
on.
going to be, listen, I'm going to be so cold, bloody, and together. Unstoppable.
I love it. Yes, and she killed it, man. Once again, Mylira Green always sets it straight for us. And I'd be fascinated sitting here watching her unfold the answer. You almost could see her brain just opening because she says it and it's so clear. She makes it so clear, it's not complicated, highfalutin. You understand exactly what she's saying and you feel it. So thank her again. She's
And the way
magnificent.
that the information comes out, it seems like as if, I don't know what it is about each one of them. It seems like at the moment, whatever question that the Colyar clan asks, it aligns with right now in the world or what you got going on, where it really touch you, where you like, okay, I'm on the right track, or okay, this how I can go about it. So that's the thing, and that's what makes you a real grown person.
LCSW is licensed clinic social worker license. Is that right? Licensed social worker. And Zakia says she's one, and they can't touch Mylira. Mylira is on her job. I love it, and she really gives it to it. It's beautiful. Hey, look, we gotta keep it moving.